Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I'm Jess. I am a fitness trainer, and today I wanted to talk about 5 things that you may be doing that are actually holding you back from making progress in the gym. Since being a trainer, I've worked with quite a variety of clients, and just being present on social media, talking to different people. These are kind of the 5 things that I come across almost all the time that are really holding people back from seeing results in the gym. I really hate to see it because I know that there's so much misinformation out there on the internet, but the things I'm going to talk about today are really quite simple fixes, not always easy because it might take some changing of habits and behavior, but they are simple, and I'm going to give you tips on how you can fix them. So let's get right into it and start with number 1. So the first thing that you may be doing wrong that's holding you back from seeing progress in the gym is you are cutting foods out and you're being too restrictive. So I know the difficulty that comes with trying to figure out the right diet for your training and your goals, but something that's really common that a lot of people do is they try to cut certain food groups out or certain foods out in hopes to see results. Now the problem here is if you're too restrictive or you tell yourself you can't have something, and the chances of you later going and overeating or binging on this thing that you've told yourself you can't have are really likely. So there's a constant cycle of being restrictive and then overeating, and that can really hinder progress. So there's usually 2 sides to this. So there's the type of person who Monday to Friday, they're really good with their, I'm gonna say diet, but I don't mean necessarily diet, I just mean the way they eat. So Monday to Friday, they're really good with their diet. They're eating, what they might think is clean or lots of whole foods, proper portions, whatever, and they're not eating, bad foods. But come the weekend, this is kind of their time to relax a little bit with their diet and have maybe a cheat meal. So if you have a goal of weight loss, this is generally the pattern that I see. So you're in a deficit, you're eating well, you're in a deficit Monday to Friday, and then the weekend you're in a calorie surplus because you're relaxed with your diet, you're eating, your cheat meals or whatever it is that you want. And so if you're in a calorie deficit Monday to Friday and then a surplus Saturday and Sunday, that might actually put you in a maintenance overall for the week. So if your goal is weight loss and you're eating at a maintenance, that could be why you're not seeing the progress there. On the other hand, if your goal is strength or to gain muscle, get more toned or whatever, see strength progress in the gym, a lot of times I see people eating too few calories. They're always in a deficit, and this can really get in the way of your progress in the gym. You will want to be eating at a maintenance or a surplus if your goal is to gain muscle, even if it's just a little bit of muscle, or to tone and kind of change body composition. You really need to not be in a deficit all the time because your body just simply isn't getting the nutrition and the energy that it needs to put in the hard work that you're doing in the gym. So always being a deficit and eating too few calories will hold you back in your progress. Okay, let's move on to the second thing that you may be doing that's holding you back from making progress, and that is you're trying to work harder, not smarter. What I mean by this is people try to train more instead of more efficiently. So instead of tailoring, their workouts or their program to be more efficient, they just keep adding on to it, and it's usually cardio. So they end up working harder, not smarter. And here's why this could be slowing your progress. The thing with cardio is it's a lot easier to plateau than it is with weight training. Because with weight training, you can increase your weight, you can increase your reps, your sets, your volume, that sort of thing. And it doesn't take any more time to do. Whereas with cardio, in order to progress with cardio and get out of a plateau, you must add time and or speed, and we can only run so fast and we only have so much time in our day. And something to keep in mind is whatever you do to achieve your results, you must maintain. So if you're doing a workout routine that's totally unsustainable, but you achieve your results, you have to keep that up in order to keep them. Something to keep in mind with cardio as well is that cardio does not build muscle, and cardio doesn't necessarily tone. What toning is building and maintaining lean muscle mass while losing fat. So you want to really tailor your program around strength training and use cardio as a supplement. So my ideal kind of split, I guess you could say, to either, gain strength or muscle in the gym or tone is to work out 3 to 4 times a week strength training, and then use cardio as a supplement 1 to 2 times a week. Just low intensity, you don't have to do anything fast, for like 30 to 60 minutes depending on your time and your goals. So your training should really be centered around strength training because it is more efficient in terms of gaining strength and muscle mass. Okay, moving on to the third thing that you may be doing wrong that's slowing your progress, and that is you're winging it. I understand the struggle of trying to find a workout routine that works for your goals because I used to be there. I used to be that person that would go onto YouTube, find a workout right before I wanted to do it. I would write it down and I would go do it in the gym. And while there's nothing wrong with that if your goal is just to move and just to have variety and have fun, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because it's always good to move. I'm assuming that you have some goals and I'm assuming that you want to see progress with these goals. And if you're not seeing progress, chances are it's because you're kind of just winging your workouts. You're deciding what you feel like doing that day, or you're going onto Instagram or YouTube, finding a random workout and then doing that. Here's the thing with that. If you want to step up your game and you really want to see results, the best, most efficient way is to actually follow a program or track your progress. So within a week of training, you want to do different workouts, each day that you're training. For sure, target different muscle groups, whatever you need to do based on your goals. But you want to repeat that week of training week after week for at least 6 to 8 weeks, and you want to progress. You want to track your progress, track where you started and where you want to go. This is how you ensure you're always on the right track and you're actually headed towards where you want to be. Whereas if you're just kind of winging it, there's no way to track if you're actually getting better, and you might actually be doing too much variety that your body doesn't actually have any time to adapt to what you want it to adapt to, if that makes sense. So for sure, having a plan in place and tracking your progress is a much better way to actually make sure that you'll see results that you want to see. If you're looking for more structure and guidance in your training, I've actually designed 2 online programs that you can follow, suitable for at home. Homebody is beginner friendly, it's minimal equipment and has follow along videos with it. I also have the Summer Sweat and Sculpt program, which is a little bit more intermediate advanced, body weight focused, and it's more like an athletic training style. Both programs are fantastic, easy to follow, and designed for results. So check them out on my website if you're interested. Okay, so the fourth thing that you may be doing wrong that's keeping you from seeing the progress that you want to see, and it's a little bit of tough love, is that you're not working hard enough. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, because I also used to be in this position where I just didn't know what I was capable of because I never had somebody tell me, actually, you can lift heavier, you can do more reps. You really want to work close to failure a few times a week. Not always, because that's not the most efficient way to train either, and you definitely don't want to injure yourself if you're a beginner. Generally speaking, most people can push themselves much harder in the gym. What I use with my clients and even myself is the RPE scale. And RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. And what this means is, how hard are you actually working? What I recommend for people who have goals of strength and or hypertrophy, so muscle building, is you want to be at least at 7.5 or 8 out of 10 in terms of effort or RPE. Now, how do you tell if you're at a 7.5 or an 8? What does that even mean? So a 10 out of 10 usually means you're working at your maximum exertion rate. So this means you are doing your reps until failure, with good form, of course. This means that you're pushing yourself so hard that you probably cannot make that last rep, or you just make it. This is the hardest you can push yourself. If you're working at a 9 out of 10, this means you probably have 1 more rep in you, 1 more with good form, and that is it. 8 means you probably have 2 more, and so on. So you really want to be at that 7.5 or 8 at least when you're training, unless you're going for like endurance or cardio, then that's a different story. But what I see most of the time in the gym, and just feedback I get from my clients, is that they didn't know they could work harder than that, because what they usually think of is when they start to feel the burn and it gets uncomfortable, that's when you stop. While you can actually probably fit in a solid few more reps, that is what will take you from suboptimal results to like consistent progress for sure. Okay, last but not least, something that you're probably not doing that's holding you back from seeing the results that you want to see is you're not celebrating enough. That's right, you should celebrate more, because fitness and your goals should be something that you're in for the long run. If it's something that you want to maintain, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of time. It should, and it's normal, and that's why, you know, it's always recommended that you should make your training a lifestyle, because if it's just a task for you or a short-term goal, it's likely not gonna last as long as you want it to. That being said, you have to celebrate the smaller wins. And this could be something as little as, you know, you don't feel like going to the gym that day, but you go and you smash a session. So you celebrate that. You can celebrate in any way that you want. There's no right or wrong way to celebrate, but you have to keep yourself going and you have to reward yourself in some way so that you can keep going, so that you can be in it for the long haul. A lot of us are really hard on ourselves, you know, we set the bar high, we have high expectations of what we want to achieve, and we're not happy until we achieve them. But in reality, we're human. We need to feel good about ourselves, and we need to know that we are making progress in order to keep going towards our goals. So finding little ways to celebrate doesn't have to be something big. It can just be something as little as, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a coffee out instead of making coffee at home today. So my recommendation to you, to keep yourself going so that you don't feel like quitting and you don't feel like you're not getting anywhere, is really celebrate the small wins. Any wins, anything in your eyes that you see as, you know, yes, I did that, celebrate it, because that is what will push you to keep going. So that's it. Those are the 5 major things that I see across the board that people are doing wrong and are holding them back from seeing progress. Let me know what you're taking away from this video in the comments below, and if you can relate to any of the points that I've talked about, because I know these are very common mistakes and such a simple fix, as in there is an answer to fix it. Like I said, it might take some effort for sure, but that's expected when, you know, we're working towards a goal. So thanks for watching. If you want to hear more fitness tips, hit that like button so that I know you're interested, and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next one.